Okay, Milan International Film Festival is another day of interviews. We are here with Noel Brady. Welcome. Nice to see you again, actually.
Thank you.
You've just come into the end of your festival circuit.
Yeah, it's been great. Do you know what I mean? For a movie that was made for little or nothing,
Yeah.
we've really held our own and have punched way above our weight, I think. So I couldn't be happier. Yeah.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent.
Fuck, where is it? Linda!
The character is a war journalist, and back in the 2 years before we catch up with him, he was in Gaza making a documentary about the tunnels that Hamas use.
I'm about 20 meters underground. In tunnels made by Hamas here in Gaza.
I got stock footage,
Right.
which the way I did it was, I have a news report in the film.
Yeah.
And the news shows exterior Gaza at night time.
Yeah.
With, war going on.
Okay.
And then we cut to interior of the tunnel.
Yeah.
So that was how I sold it in the film.
Okay.
We're only ever in the tunnel in Gaza.
Okay.
And that was really more of a metaphor about the character being trapped in the tunnel and in his own mind. It also links in later on to Newgrange in County Meath, Ireland, which is another dark interior place that we visit later on in the film.
All right, Rose. Time to shine.
It's about the human condition, okay? And whereas, the character was in Gaza, his PTSD and so forth, what works in any film is not those traits, but the character themselves and how we relate to them and how we empathize. So you're always looking for how do you access that empathy? And you do it in this instance with Full Circle by having the main character, Malcolm, who was in Gaza and comes back to Ireland, with all these, difficulties, and he meets another character called Travis.
Travis Sear.
Who's an American, and he's dealing with something similar, a trauma, nothing like Gaza, but his wife is in a kind of comatose state at the moment. He lost her, Malcolm lost his wife in Gaza. So that's the dichotomy, that's the relationship between the two characters.
Will you do something for me?
Of course. Anything.
If there's any chance you can get out of here, will you leave this tunnel?
At the heart, it's a buddy movie. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
But it's about making it accessible to people, and maybe that's why it's worked so well. That we don't have to go to Gaza to see ourselves in other people.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? We all
Sure.
we all have troubles and sufferings and so
Yeah,
forth. So,
well, that's a very good way of putting it, actually. But we see a lot more of these coming through now, and everybody puts their own spin on the storytelling aspect of it, and everybody tries to get into the heart and the veins of how it affects people, and the empathy that has to be put into carefully putting that formula together so that you're not offensive in your storytelling approach. That pressure must be huge.
Can you hear them still at night? Does it make you feel good that you're alive and your crew is dead, your wife? Yeah. It's my question to you, Mr. Malcolm Bloody Walker. How in the name of hell can you...
Gotta stop this. Miles gonna kill him.
going right back to script stage.
Yeah.
The film is 90 minutes long. There's 81 scenes in it. So that's a very quick.
Yeah.
The film doesn't hang around. There's two long scenes in it. They're around 6 minutes long. After that, you're looking at 2 or 3 minute scenes. And when you look at good movies that are structured well, that have good pace and structuring, you'll see those they move along. 2 minute scenes, 3 minute scenes, 1 minute scenes.
Yeah.
And most scenes don't end.
Why does everybody think they can tell me how to live my life?
I wasn't. I care about you. I want to see you get well.
You want the character to shine through with the talent, and then people will ask, that was an extremely good performance.
Yes.
Who is that person? Who is that individual? Where can we find them next? What's next for you?
I'm writing the next one right now. I have my notes up in the hotel room, so they're never far away from me. And I'm writing as I go along, about 20 minutes in. And it's a female lead this time, about a woman who thinks she's a witch.
Okay.
And if you were to kind of sell it to a producer or a distributor or a production company, it's kind of like The Girl on the Train meets Split.
Linda?
Very exciting, very exciting. I mean, have you had a good festival experience? You know, has the circuit been good to you? Where have you been?
Oh, wow. I'll be honest with you, Ray, it's been elation to utter heartbreak.
Right.
And the reality of it is, it looks, I got loads of laurel leaves. I've won Best Director back in London with you guys. I'm nominated again 3 times here for Director, Screenplay and Feature. I have it on Aer Lingus at the moment, distributed on Amazon.com. I think I've been blessed. I think there's somebody up there looking down on me. Because full circle would have been not odds on. With the production that we had, a crew of 2 people mostly.
Wow.
Yeah, just down to makeup. I did all the posts. So I went in just trying to do the best job I can.
Sure.
And try to make the best film and tell the best story. I certainly never went in, I could win an award or I could sell it here and all that. I didn't go in with that mentality. And maybe, I don't think it's defeatist, I think it's realistic,
Well, there's nothing wrong in realism at all. Realism stops you from going over budget, hiring the wrong producer sometimes, and more often than not from making, mistakes, detrimental mistakes, because there's an error in common sense in your evaluation.
Yeah.
However, there are no rules to this business. And, also being a steady footer, you can miss opportunities because you have to take a risk in this business as well. So I think it's finding that balance.
Absolutely.
And only a seasoned mind in this business. When you've dodged a few bullets and almost fallen down a few holes, brushed yourself off, kept yourself going, then you adopt an awareness. And it's like a second sight. And that common sense element treads firmly in place, but also the maverick goes with it. So, and those are the 2 elements that I find you need to succeed in this business.
Fire.
And that is the next step for you, because obviously you've got distribution on the 1 piece of content now. You've got plans and you've got interest in the 2nd piece of content.
I do.
You've got a very specific formula that works for you, which is the inside goal and the inside track and the magic trick, because if you can turn that over again and again and make a living for yourself and sustain your crew, you've got a business formula. So so fingers crossed for you.
Thank you.
For the award ceremony. We know you've got a few nominations there, and all good energy to you. I look forward to seeing what you do next. And I look forward to seeing what happens in the future for you. And maybe next time we sit in the chair here, you'll have a bigger story to tell again.
Oh, I will.
Thanks very much for coming in.
Thanks, Ray.
All the
Pleasure.
best.